All right, guys, welcome to a late evening, not really late, but actually late afternoon episode of Love Crossing Borders TV. We were going to do a video interview with the gentleman in Africa, but we ended up not being able to because the power went out where he's located. So we're going to continue on with doing this live stream. We're going to actually do this as a recording. Then we're going to drop this as a recording later on this week as well. My name is Andre.
My name is Andrea.
Who was just drinking. And we are
Love Crossing Borders.
All right, guys, we're glad to be here again. We know it's been a few weeks since you guys seen us together. And so we're just going to come together and talk about this particular topic because this is an important topic, and it's about age gap. Mm-hmm. It's about the fact that I was reading an article a couple of days ago, mm-hmm. and in the article it said that couples that have an age gap last longer than couples that are right around the same age. And so we're going to talk about some of those things when it comes to age gaps. We got a few people here. Like we said, we just want to apologize for the delay because the brother that we were going to interview, Coop, he is in Kenya. Mm-hmm. And by being in Kenya, what ended up happening is he found out that he realized that the electricity had gone out like right before he got ready to do the live stream. So he didn't get a chance to come on board. But we just want to say hi to the few of you that are here. Want to start off with Homie in the building. What's up? Can't wait to watch this one. I'm half Nigerian. My goal is to either move to Colombia or to Africa. Well, as we said, we're going to have to reschedule the interview with Coop until later on this week. I already just talked to Coop. The electricity went out in his area of Kenya. And so therefore, and it's not uncommon for that to happen living in Africa. I want to talk to him about that anyway. But we're going to be talking about the why age gap relationships work best, because they say a survey is it's like that in Nigeria. AJ, thank you for coming to the live stream. Once again, we're sorry that we're not able to discuss the topic that we want to discuss, but we do have a topic for us to talk about this evening. First of all, we're going to see how Miss Andrea is doing, how her week's been.
It's busy as well, week. But it's okay. Mm-hmm. Doing a lot better.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, we've got the Pico Cellular still going?
Yeah, we still got with Pico Cellular. It sucks, but until the next week.
Yeah. And explain what Pico Cellular is.
Pico Cellular is you can go to banks or not the mall exactly, but banks, grocery shopping or supermarkets. Depends the last digit of your cellular, your ID.
Yeah, so depending on the last digit of ID, if it's even or if it's odd, then you'd be able to go to the grocery store or to the banks. If it's not your day, you can't get into the bank and you can't get into the grocery store. And that's one of the ways that they've been doing to keep the cases down regarding the pandemic.
Yeah.
All right. The police close. Yeah. I've heard that before. The police close at 11 p.m. in Nigeria. And that's why my dad said, that's what my dad said. I've heard that. I've heard a couple countries are like that, where the police actually close at a certain time. So you can get emergency help, but you can't get any police assistance like police on the street. So I've heard that before as well. That's different. Well, we're going to get started with the topic. The topic today is, as we mentioned, we're changing, we're shifting. We're not going to keep you guys long. And we appreciate you guys being on board with us. I'm drinking some ginger ale and Andre's drinking juice. Yes. We had enough drinking yesterday.
Yeah, we got 3 jars of sangria.
Yeah, we had a lot of sangria yesterday.
How much is a sangria? It is, sorry.
You know what? It depends on if you get the picture, if you're going to get a bottle. It depends on how much it is.
How much will be?
A guesstimation?
A jar.
See, what do you mean by a jar? How big?
A jar.
The jug that we had yesterday? About, I would say, like $10,
$10?
like $10 to $15 for the big jug.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's cheaper. Here is expensive.
yeah. But here you make it kind of more like homemade, and it's detailed, and they make
Yeah.
sure that they make it just right, and it's stronger. So that's what happened to us yesterday. We did all our drinking and dancing, and yesterday was date night, so we had a good time
Yeah, we did.
yesterday. Okay, this is a good topic. My father used to tell me when you're younger that you want an older woman, but when you're older, you want a younger woman. This is true.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. Like I said, there we go.
Hey, Andre and Andre from Mississippi. Great to see you all live. I hopefully I can you speak back to me.
All right. Yeah. Hey, Gina, I'm glad that you made it out. We're both glad that you did. And let me know if we're freezing or not, babe.
Sometimes. But
Okay, but it's good so far?
It's going. It's
Not
going
too
good.
bad. Okay, good. Muy bien.
Muy bien.
All right, guys, we're going to get started on this topic. And the topic of the day is, just like homie was just saying, is about intergenerational, in other words, age gap couples. As you guys know, that Andre and I are about how many years apart?
27.
27 years. That's like a whole person in between us as far as age gaps. So,
That's a lot.
that's a lot. However, it works for us. And so we're going to.
Do you know that you are the oldest guy that I ever date?
Ever dated?
Yeah, 27.
27 years. Even though you like older men.
Yeah, but always had been like 20, 25, but 27 is the yeah.
You know what? I'll take it. I don't care. I'm the one that got.
No, because you look younger. Right? If you will be white, oh my God, you'll be like my grandpa.
Ooh, see, now I know. Now I know.
Yeah.
Hey, James in the building representing. Okay, Andrea, you just know Andrea is getting older and want a baby. Please forgive me, brother. You tell the truth. We're both looking forward to that one day. We definitely are. All right. Okay. The first thing that we found out, like I mentioned, they say in a survey that couples that have an age gap tend to work out longer and better than other couples that don't have the age gap, or maybe just a few years.
Mm-hmm.
The average separation for a couple by age is usually 4 to 6 years.
That's nothing.
That's nothing for us.
No, that's like that for me. It's like dating with a person the same age.
The same age.
That's nothing.
So could you have dated somebody that was right? No.
Maybe when I was a teenager or under the 18, but no, I can't do that.
Right. Why? Why do you feel that?
Because a man takes more time to get mature. So to me, dating, like I'm 26 right now, and dating what I do with 30, to me is like dating a baby. For me, don't take me wrong, but it is where I saw before, so that's what I'm not in that situation.
You said that his dad is 28 years older than his wife, and he said, I had my little sister 2 years ago. That's what's up.
That's the man.
That's right.
He's still working.
That's right. Dad's still doing what needs to be done. That's right.
Yeah.
So definitely, guys. The first thing that we want to mention is exactly what Andrea said. The reason why it's easier for men, not saying that you can't have an older woman, younger man scenario, but like Andrea just said, the first thing is men mature slower than women.
Yeah. Men
mature slower than women. If at 25, if Andrea met me at the same age she is, 26, no, you guys have heard enough of my stories on Friday night drinking that she wouldn't want to been around the Andre in his 20s anyway. So that wouldn't have been a good thing.
No.
And Bailey wanted to be around Andre in his 30s. So for a lot of us men, real maturity does not happen until later on in life. That's why a lot of times men our values start to come to life in our late 30s, early 40s, even sometimes in our 50s. We start to show the value of who we are compared to when we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
And you weren't. But women, because of being women, mature a lot faster. Their brain, they have the ability to use both sides of the brains at the same time. So even their thinking is a lot more mature. Their behavior patterns towards you ladies, towards economics, towards relationships, towards life, a lot of things are far more mature. However, we all know that there are some young women that are 26 that act just like they're 26 or 16.
16, I would say.
So it's some immature women out there that even though men mature later. So there are some women such as Andrea that have older souls that mature. And that's one thing that works with us. The fact that I have such young energy and Andrea has a lot of maturity in regards to her energy, that works well with us as far as our relationship. And I see that it works like that for a lot of other couples. Wow. Yeah, it's 33 years age difference between me and my sister and I. Wow, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. 33 years. The next thing is that
okay, he got a question.
Oh, got a question here. Okay.
No. Go up. Go up.
Go up.
You already
scroll up.
Over there. Do you think you can see it? Base. No, go up.
Up.
Go down.
Down.
A little bit more. A little bit. There we go.
Okay. Yes, yeah, absolutely correct. Correct. Just like we were just talking, men mature a lot slower than women do. And so therefore we're behind the 8 ball. You know, women look at us crazy with a lot, even though they love us, they look at us crazy for a lot of stuff that we do when we're younger. And for some men, they never mature. Like the dog, see? They never mature. Every day the dog is walking by and is barking with the old lady. Okay, the next thing that we're going to talk about, I know, right?
I just saw my face here in the phone. It was so funny.
Oh, did you? You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing the live streams in the front room instead of being in the studio in the back, because it does seem to work better when we're up front here. All right. Salute. Glad that you made it. Today's topic, we had to change it. So to check, because my friend in Africa, actually, the electricity went out. And so he wasn't able to come on the live stream. So he's waiting for the electricity to come back on in his part of Kenya. And it's not uncommon for that to happen. So what we changed the topic to is younger, older relationships. And why do they work better statistically than other relationships, traditional relationships? The other thing about being in a younger, older relationship is you don't care about what society has to say. You really don't care about what family or friends or what your neighbors think about your relationship, compared to couples that are with the same age tend to allow others to come into their relationship and show some form of influence, whether it be the mom giving her input, whether it be dad giving his input, whether it be the neighbors or just society themselves. It seems to be couples that are right around the same age are influenced subconsciously a lot by other people other than themselves sometimes. But when you're in a younger, older relationship, you walk through the door, you don't care about what other people think. Am I correct?
That's true.
Yep.
When you decide to do public, you don't really care.
No.
Seriously.
You don't. You sit back and you think to yourself, like, okay, this is who we are. This is the couple that we are. And a lot of times when we're together, people can tell, but very few realize how much of a gap that Andrea and I have. Very few. When we say it, people are like, what? How many years? I thought Andrea was 31, 30, 27. Like, no, she'll be there in a couple months. In a couple of months, your girl gonna be hitting that 27.
Ha, ha, ha.
Cracking that 30 upside the head. You ready to be 30 years old?
No,
Why?
I'm never going to be ready.
You're never going to be ready? Why is it that women do dread the 30-year-old?
Because I don't want to get older. I don't want to have, like,
Wrinkles and all
yeah,
that
I don't
stuff?
I don't want to have gray hair.
You don't
I
have gray
no,
hair yet?
no.
Even when you get older, you don't want to have gray?
Well, I'm 60.
Okay, cool.
Please, but now it's no.
Okay,
It's
cool.
it's what I think.
Okay, that's cool with me. It's coming. 30 is coming.
Don't make me kill you, Andre.
Right around the corner. Right around the corner. Yeah, Andre faces are classic. Ever since we've been doing YouTube, that's probably one of the number one things that people talk about is, did you see the face that Andre made?
He's looking fresh.
In fresh polo. That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Miles
thank
in
you
the
so
building.
much. Yeah, he looks really nice. I like your outfit today.
I like yours today too.
Thank you.
With the legs and everything.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Andre, please, you look at me like I'm I don't know, I'm a hamburger or something.
She said to
the
dessert. I'll take the dessert. I got to rewind and catch up with the podcast. But where is your? Oh, it's Coop at. Oh, you just got in, Miles. Coop. He actually hit me up and let me know that the electricity in his part of the city of Kenya, the electricity went out. He hit me up maybe about 20 minutes before the live stream started. So we just basically had to create and talk about this topic that I came across. But basically, that's what happened. He was not able to come on board because of the electricity. But we're going to schedule his interview for later on this week. So we'll definitely continue on with the interview. We hate that it happened, but when you're living in Africa, some cities the electricity goes out at, and so yeah, I know, right, man? Coop's good people too. It's not a good look for the continent. Yeah, I know. I've heard people in several places of Africa, they go through that. So next one is maturity. One thing that I could say about being in a age gap relationship is the maturity that you get a chance to glean off of. Andrea gets a chance to glean off of the fact that I've already lived certain stages of life. Mm-hmm. And so she gets to see what life is like at this stage and at that stage and at this stage. Instead of having to wait to experience certain things, she gets to see certain things that takes place or hear about certain stories that take place in the future. However, the maturity that she brings to the table brings me a lot of preparation for the future. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Her maturity prepares me for, okay, this is a person I can trust as far as economics. This is a person I can trust as far as being a business partner. Yeah. A person I can trust as far as home ownership and co-parenting. This is a person I can trust in regards to that because of her maturity. The first thing of advice that I always give every dude, no offense, ladies, it's not something bad, but I'm just talking to the guys for a second. The first thing that I tell every guy that is going to date someone in their 20s, get someone that's an old soul, somebody that's mature by nature. There are some very mature women in their 20s and 30s. No offense to you ladies in the 40s, but we're just talking about age gap right now, that are very mature. And the mistake that a lot of guys do, they date somebody that's in their 20s or 30s, but the person is so immature, they act like they're in their 20s. They act like they're in their teens. She's so sexy, but you pay the right.
Yeah, no, it happens a lot when the woman is not mature at all. They got those behavior like a little kid, like a little girl, and don't have the responsibilities. So yeah, I understand that point.
So a lot of times you find that
yeah, we're gonna kill ourselves.
Yeah, we'll kill the dog. Don't worry about it. If you guys hear the dog is still barking. But the one thing that we do realize is this: when it comes to making sure that you have a mature woman that has an old soul, in other words, she carries herself beyond her years. That's one thing about Andrea. In every area, she carries herself beyond her years. Now, mind you, when she hanging out with her girls and they just doing girlfriend stuff, they wilding out. Don't think this the person. See, this the part. Everybody think Andrea's so innocent, and I'm the one that just be out there
wild. I'm not innocent at all.
No, right?
You're not in. No, you are the devil.
What? I'm the innocent one in this relationship. I'm the one. I'm the one with the white cowboy hat, and she got the black cowgirl hat on. I am the hero, the villain, the hero.
Why?
Thor,
you
Loki.
You freak. You. You are a freak. You got 30 more years experience. You are 27. No, let's say 20 years.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that I didn't have the energy or the or I have my wild times too. But see, everybody think that you're so innocent. Oh, Andrea, you're just so nice. Andrea, you got a good one, man. You came up, dog. And I'm looking like, wait a minute, she came up too. You know, good catch.
Yeah, you good husband.
You're
a freak.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'm wild. Okay, yes, sir. I feel like a man has to be a better, or at least in a better position. Absolutely correct. They're women at all times, so to speak. You have to be able to support your family household. Yes, absolutely correct. You have to be a man that is mature enough within yourself to be able to say, okay, I've got to be able to put my money in a position to support a family. Even though we don't even have children yet, I'm always thinking about the economics of when children come along. Even though we haven't purchased our first piece of property yet, I am looking at when we first purchase our piece of property, what countries we're going to be in, things like that. I'm always, every day, even when she doesn't realize it, I'm thinking about those particular things. But that comes from maturity. When I was in my 20s, I wasn't thinking like this. So she gets the benefits of a man that thinks about family first compared to a man that thinks about self first.
I think maybe in, let's say 5, maybe more, you're going to have a shorty between us.
Yeah.
Start to laughing and do all the stuff that Keith's doing and now doing the live stream.
If you told me Andrea had a halo hovered above her, I would believe it. She's so innocent. She's an angel. No.
No, I don't even think that I'm an angel.
No. I mean, she don't get me wrong. This is who we are as a couple. So it's not like off camera we're arguing all day. And I'll tell you the most arguments that we've had. We've actually had a lot, not arguments, but disagreements. Let's put it like this. The biggest disagreements we've had so far is since we've purchased our vehicle and we're driving.
Oh, yeah.
That is prior to that, smooth sailing, no disagreements. We get on the road and she's like, Andrea, do this, do that. Or I'm like, Andrea, do this, do that. So even if I'm driving or if she's driving, we're still at that stage of learning locations and learning. She may know locations, right? Because it's her city. But her driving style is still new, even though she has her license. She's had her license. But driving a truck, she's not accustomed to driving a truck. So I'm like, do this, do that, do that, do this. And so I'm getting on her last nerve with that. I've calmed down quite, haven't I, the past couple weeks?
Yeah, okay. You should, because you put me nervous.
I know. I know. So now she's a lot better because I've come down. But other than that, we're really not an argumentative couple. We don't just be rah-rah for nothing. Or I'll miss a turn and she'll be like, I see a turn that way. I say, baby, you gotta just let me know right or left, izquierda or izquierda, or don't tell me, derecha. There we go. Exactly. Always thinking about the future. Economics. Absolutely correct. I'm touching down next month. Perhaps I can treat you to a meal, and you can. That'd be great, Jason. That'd be great to hang out with you. You two could give me a briefing on Cali. Absolutely correct. Any of you guys come down to Cali, we love to hang out with you guys. You got everybody that we have on our live streams are usually positive, good energy people anyway, and that's who we like to be around, people with good energy. The next one is that you can depend on each other. The one thing about being in an age gap relationship, you can depend on each other. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. I know I'm an older dude. I'm not about to sit up here and lie. I don't need somebody older next to me too. Both our bodies going through issues. I need somebody younger that can sit back, I can lean on. I need somebody I can lean on. I can lean on this person. You see what I'm saying? I can lean this 6'3" body, just lean. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if I can't lean on that person as far as like if I need a checkup, Andrea's like, okay, let's go here, let's go there, let's do this, let's do that, let's get it all set up. If I need medication, like I just started blood pressure pills because high blood pressure runs in my family. And so I stalled it for years, and now I officially got to take it now, right? And even though I'm healthy as a bull, I'm healthier than your girl.
Yeah, that's true. That is sad, but it's true.
Absolutely. The doctor was like, you healthier than her, dog. So at the end of the day, but I do realize as I age, that gap will benefit me. Now, anything can happen to her as a young person as well. And that is where she can lean on me too, because she realizes that if anything happens to her, her man is mature enough to be there and won't just jet. I'm mature enough to realize if anything, God forbid, anything happens to Andrea, she knows Andrea is going to be right there. He's man enough to not leave me stranded in a situation. Yeah. So that's where the leaning comes in, right? So you can lean on me. I got two big shoulders, two big boy shoulders, two big boy shoulders waiting for you.
Oh, yep. What a cutie.
That's right. But that's what we had to say. I'm there with you, Andre. My mind thinks about my future children, education, and in another country. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So there are so many opportunities in so many countries. You're correct, brother. And I'm always thinking about the future family. Always. That's probably the out of all the thoughts that I have, probably the future of the family while I'm around and when I'm gone is where my focus is. That's another thing that she gleans from having an older husband is the fact that when you're an older person, let's be real, you think about your mortality. When you're in your 20s and 30s, you think you got forever. And technically it seems like you do. But when you get older, you start to realize, okay, it's time to lay some foundation for why you're here in the world, but you need to lay some foundation for when you're long gone too. How she's going to take care of herself, how the kids are going to take care of themselves afterwards, how's college going to be paid for, how if they want to invest in business, will there be money left for them to invest in things? So all those things take into account. Those are the things that go through my mind. Not, like in your 20s, what's the latest club that's open and where the party at. The other thing that Andrea gleans from me, which we talked about, is this. I do not ask her to carry herself outside of the stage and age of life that she's in. Don't always tell you, girl, you better act like you're 26. See, Andrea got a habit of not acting like she's in her 20s because she's such an old soul. I'm like, girl, you are 26. You better enjoy your 20s. You better go this, that.
Don't give me ideas.
I always give you ideas. She don't never do them. So I'm like, enjoy your 20s. I never ask her because I'm at this stage of life, and I've seen this before. Okay. I've seen, yeah.
Okay, I will follow your lead.
That's all I ask. Now, the one thing that I sit back and say is, be responsible. But You know, don't have it like your girl on World Star, Dre. What? But at the end of the day, I never asked her to be somebody that she's not. And she needs somebody in her life that's not going to be pulling her and asking her to act like she's 50 when she's nowhere near 50. She doesn't, that's not fair. And so that's one of the things that I make sure that I emphasize on. I do not ask Andrea to walk around like she's 50 years old. I ask her to be her age, do her thing, enjoy herself. Because I don't even act 50. So who the hell am I to tell somebody else to act 50 if I'm not acting 50? I'm acting more like maybe like 43, 42, maybe like 41, 39. That's how I act, more like that. A mature 39. But at the end of the day, you need that. You need that from the other person to allow you to be who you are. Like Andrea and I are both loners. So we like space, right?
Yeah.
And so Andrea be in for hours on one side of the apartment. I'm over here taking care of whatever over here. And we'll yell, I love you for sentimental reasons. Right?
Yeah.
We'll yell our love, and she finish off what she's doing. I'll finish off what I'm doing, and we're just doing our we need that. Loners need space alone sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes we just need space, and some couples don't know how to do that.
Yeah, next week we're gonna have a lot of space.
Yeah, I'll be going back to the States for a week next week. So your girl gonna be out here world starring it up, her and her homegirl, like Batman and Robin. So they're gonna be out and about having their fun. Do your thing. Like I said, I never asked her to be my age. I'm not looking for her to be in the house and knitting. I'm looking for her like, girl, you got a week by yourself. You better go have some fun with it.
I told Andre, why you stay there for a month? He said, because I knew how was gonna you react.
I am not staying in the States I would pick another. I would be like, okay, if I stayed away for a month, I would pick the United States for a week and then choose another country to go to for 3 weeks. That's how I would do. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I got a month away. Okay, cool. I'm gonna spend in the States for a week. I'll pick another country to stay for 2 weeks, and then the fourth week I'll pick another country. That's how you do it. But staying in the States for 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
For 4 weeks, you guys know me. You guys already know me. Okay, I'm the same way. I need my space, right? We can watch documentaries, movies, crime shows. Yeah, we love documentaries, animal shows, a good movie, every once in a while, a good horror movie, stuff like that. So, telenovelas, see what I'm saying? And every Mexican telenovela is going to be a horse or somebody crying in every one of them. Even the island one. They're on the island, it's got horses. So there's going to always be some horses. Yeah, brother. The gun violence is getting bad. Yeah, in the States, it really is. It really is. People just got, like I said, last year they got toilet paper and ammunition, and they ran out of toilet paper. So they're just using the guns. Everybody's got a gun now. Walmart, think about it. All those guns that were sold at the beginning of the pandemic. Everybody's got a gun. Grandma, grandpa, great grandpa. Everybody's got a gun. Little kids strapped up. So everybody's shooting each other now. Sad but true. Okay, next one is it's not all about being a sugar daddy. Sometimes the mistake is made where people assume that when you are a younger woman with an older man, you're doing it as because he's a sugar daddy, because he's got money coming out, from everywhere. He's balling like that. Whether you have money or not, if you get a woman that is mature, then you don't have to worry about her looking at you with the sugar daddy mentality.
That's true.
Let me ask you this. Since you like older guys, have you had guys want to be your sugar daddy?
Want to be the sugar daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Want to act like a dad, like a real dad.
No, no, no. You know what sugar daddy is, right?
I know, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But not like sugar daddy that I give you everything. No, because
Okay.
I always been working.
How do you feel about that's and that's a good topic that you brought up. How do you feel about being a younger woman and the guy treating you like he's your dad?
It's kind of, and let me tell. I think I mentioned this when we have Blood Crossing Borders
Mm-hmm.
one. But yeah, it's kind of like they piss me off
Mm-hmm.
because some people think that it could be true that a younger woman would like older men because we never had a fat
A
figure.
father figure.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
never have a man in our life. So that's why we trying to find that figure dating with an older dude, to feel protected. Yeah, that could be true. But in my case, talking about me, Andrea, I always my dad is still alive and we are super close. So I never had that issue that because my dad never been there or my dad passed away when I was a baby. No, my dad is still my dad. So it's just something that I always liked, and yeah, it's kind of
Frustrating.
look how brief because
I
it's
see you don't like
frustrated
it. Yeah.
because it's like even with Andre and you think sometimes that I'm joking, but I'm not joking because sometimes Andre when the driving part or something that he said or the way that he said, I was like, "You're not my dad," but just as, like a little stuff that I said, like, but it is what it is because it remind me my dad for real. So yeah, it's kind of and I remember that experience that I have, and it was more toxic. So I was like, no, I mean, I'm not your daughter. Don't you
Right.
rely on that I'm not doing this stuff right because I'm always working. And in that time, I was only responsible compared to now. But in that time, no, I don't like that.
Let me ask you this, because I didn't think about that in my case. When I say something and it sounds like your dad, something that your dad would say, is it be does it upset you or frustrate you because I'm older and I'm saying it, or because of how I say it?
How you say it? No, I don't feel like, and I don't feel like angry or something like that. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like you remind me in that moment to my
Mm-hmm.
dad. Yeah,
But if I was younger and I said the same thing,
it was the same way.
okay, okay,
It was
okay,
the
I got you.
same way.
I got you.
Like even that with my brother. My brother sometimes made me comments or the
That's
way
true.
that he
You
talk.
do
I
do
was
that
like,
to
"You're not
Camila.
my dad," but
Yeah.
it because like I said, my dad and I we were super closer, so that's why.
Yeah, that is. You do that to your brother.
Yeah,
Because he does act like he's the dad.
yeah, no, for
He
real, yeah.
does. And Camilo's younger. He acts like I'm the father. I'm the responsible one. So that's correct.
Hmm.
I agree with that. So I just wow, okay. I just learned something. You're always learning. Live on Love Crossing Borders TV.
That's why with women, and I noticed this, when you live with a man or you're married with a man, as a woman, you need to be careful how you say stuff. Like I know sometimes, really, I know, I know it's something apart of me. But what women, they're live with the guy, and they say, "Babe, I need you to do this, but in this way, but you hear me what I'm saying." But those type of things, they say, there's experts say, do not do that because you are acting like his mom,
Mhm.
not like the woman or the girlfriend, like his mom.
I can say this about you,
Hmm.
and I mean this. I have never I have never. It's kind of funny. We're talking like you guys don't even hear. We love
Yeah,
you, but
yeah.
I have never felt like you said something that was out of place, or oh man, Andre tripping. I've never felt that from you. I've never felt nagging come from you.
Hmm.
That you have always come from a good place. I think because I'm older and mature enough to know when a woman is right. And that's another thing that comes with being an older guy. You've been in enough relationships in life that you realize when a woman is right. When you're younger, you don't want to admit that the woman is
You
right
tripping.
sometimes. You trip, see, girl, you tripping, even though you know she's right. But when you mature, you realize that the woman is right, and you like, okay, cool. And you don't have to feel like you lost a battle or something. So Andrea would be like,
you are intelligent. You're smart.
Did you take your pill today? And I'm like, yeah.
But you didn't.
But no. It'll be like, did you take it between the time window that they wanted you to, that they allotted you to by 12 o'clock? And I mean, some days I'm like 90% of the days I'm on cue. It'll be those few days that I'm like, no. Or Andrea see me taking my pill and it'll be like 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and she'll be like, hey, it's 2 o'clock. Why are you just taking your pill? You know, I didn't think about it, but I know that she's coming from a good place, not a nagging place.
Yeah, so, there's a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, in our case, if I do those type of comments, because there's a reason behind, not because I just want to make him mad just for having fun. No.
And the other thing that I can say about Andrea being mature, like why I say get a woman that is an old soul, Andrea doesn't take her bad days out on Andre. If Andrea's having a bad day, she normally kind of keeps her bad day to herself, and she'll tell me about what's going on, but she never is like, well, I don't feel like doing this today, or she just comes snapping at me for nothing. And I'm like, she doesn't do that. She doesn't take her bad days out on me. And I try not to. I really have bad days anyway. I have a bad moment, but I don't have bad days. And so even if I'm having a bad day or a bad week, we normally, one thing to keep our relationship going, we don't take it out on each other. You know, Andrea never says, why are you talking to me like that? And sometimes she'll be like, why are you getting loud? Because my voice carry, Black people, you got a loud voice anyway. So sometimes we'll be talking about something and I'll get passionate and my voice will carry. But as far as like, rah, rah, we don't do that. We don't do rah, rah in our relationship. That's just like every blue moon we'll get, like every blue moon, maybe once or twice in our whole relationship that we've ever had a moment where it's just like, rah. But for the most part, we don't do that. That's just not hot with us. All right, we got Charles in the building. Okay, I just got off work. Let me put a chair up right quick. Charles, we're supposed to interview my boy from Africa, but his electricity went out. So we're going to reschedule it for later this week. But what we're talking about is older, younger relationships. Why, I just read an article last week, why statistically younger, older relationships last longer and more successful than relationships of people that are right around the same age. They said in the article, the average age of couples are between 4 to 6 years gap. But as you guys know, we're 27 year. 27. Every time I say it, it just sounds like it's just so many years. It's like I was on a planet doing so much before this woman even reached the planet. Just imagine 27 years. Goodness gracious, that's a long time. But when you're in, let me ask you this. Does it ever hit you, our age gap? Do you ever sit back and you think like, damn, I'm married to a man that's 27 years older than me?
If it surprise me, yeah, it is.
Does it?
Yeah, obviously.
It surprises me, but not every day. Not every day. I'm not sitting around every day thinking like
it surprises me every time that I'm gonna do something, whatever, not the band, but something when it comes to insurance, medical insurance, and they ask me, they got my cellular, of course, and they got my date of birth. But when ask me your date of birth, like 1957, the lady
67,
67,
57.
Sorry.
That's
1967. Yeah, right. She looked at me like, damn it. So yeah, I mean, the number is like, it really is got you surprised,
right,
shock you. Yeah,
right. So okay, cool. See, we learned a lot of stuff while we're sitting here with you guys talking as well. All right, let's
Miles got a question.
Let's see what Miles has.
No, going down.
For Andrea.
Where were you with older men?
Yeah, were you with older men in the past? Have you always dated older men?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
So I knew the answer. I just wanted her to answer. I already knew the answer. So yeah, that's what's up. That's a good question. Any questions you guys have, feel
I'm
free to
going
ask.
down, but we already, you already,
Okay, we already went over those.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
See, we lost y'all. Didn't hear what Andrea said because you weren't speaking into the mic at that time period. You were leaning back.
Okay. So look my position.
I could lean the mic in.
Okay,
Oh.
but they say something. Guys, let me know what point you said
I'm loving this topic. Okay, he said we lost y'all. Didn't hear what Andrea just said in regards to in regards to I don't know.
But look, comment. You got 2 more comments over there.
Okay, let's go to the comments. We lost you when Andrea said, when you move in with a man, you have to watch what you say. Oh, yeah, you were saying like that. You were saying don't be a nagging. The studies say in the doctors say do
The
not.
experts.
Yeah, experts say don't be rude to your man. Don't be.
Yeah, don't not like his mom. For real, there's some that as a woman, you need to be careful how you say the stuff and ask for a favor, and because you're not that like you can act like a little princess or how do you say, or spoiled girl, right? Especially when we live with a man. So what they say is like, do not act like his mom. Like explain what you want, but not be. I lost the word.
Disrespectful or rude or
You know that your mom always is on
bossy.
top of you. Yeah, like bossy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the same thing for the man. Even though you're older, that doesn't mean that you run your kingdom with an iron hand. You don't be looking at her like, girl, do what I say, or I'm the man of the house. I mean, you know that God has put you in a position of responsibility as the husband anyway. I know that as far as in the house is concerned, the buck stops with Andre. But at the end of the day, the wisdom that I gleaned from Andrea and the assistance and the help that I received from Andrea, it helps us make the right decisions for our household and for our family. So it's not just all about Andre. And a lot of older men, especially the more money that we make, a lot of older men think because I bring this to the table or that to the table, I can tell you what to do because I have lived life. You don't know nothing, girl. You only 26 years old. You can't tell me. And I try not to ever do that to Andrea. I never tried, or have I? Have I ever did that to you?
No.
Right.
If you ever do that, I got a chancla on my hand. So
what's the chancla, man?
Chancla is a slide.
I'll show you guys what a chancla is. You see that little foot compared to my hand? That's a chancla. The grandparents here and parents here in Colombia, this is what they use. So she's saying that if I ever tried to treat her as if I'm older girl, blah, 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 she coming with the chungla. Yeah, okay. See how small that foot is.
Okay.
Andre, don't be talking to me like that. You're not my father. Okay, I asked because if you did, how could men in their 20s ever compete? Ooh, that's a good point. He said, since you dated older men, how could men in their 20s ever compete? Men in their 30s and 40s have an advantage financially, mentally, spiritually, sexually, etc. And women just have more references. In other words, he's saying that a 20-year-old guy, he can't compete with an older dude, except for maybe he got a 20-year-old body and maybe sexual
the hormones and everything, or is more active, or maybe doesn't take the life seriously. But you can compare the experience that a guy for 30s, 40s, 50s have. You
Right.
never can compare that.
And I say this for the guys that are in their 20s and even in your 30s, in your early 30s. Right now, you're supposed to be focusing on your grind. You really are. A lot of times in your 20s, men try to maneuver in the world of relationships too soon. Me personally, I say for most men to get super serious in relationships, I would say 35. I kid you not. Me personally, the men that I've seen that had truly successful relationships. Now there are some anomalies, don't get me wrong, but the men that I know that had truly successful relationships, most of them were over the age of 35 because we were mature in our education. We were mature. We at least started to become mature in our education, started to become mature with our goals, which direction we want to take life, what country we want to live in, what city we wanted to live in, what type of house or apartment we wanted to get, the type of job that you got. Economically, we started to become more mature. So over 35, you at least start the process. Not saying that it can't happen younger, but those that I've seen that have had successful relationships, usually the guy is at least over. It don't take women that long, but it usually take men a lot longer to mature, to get that sleeping with everybody in the country out of your system. You start to realize I don't have to sleep with every dang body, not everybody. But when you're younger, you think you got to sleep with everything moving. So as you mature, like I said, 35, you begin to realize that, okay, there's a time where I focus on the business side of me, the spiritual side of me, and there's a time where I can focus on that fun and leisure side of me. But when you're younger, you don't realize that you really don't need to be focused on. Me personally, I say get your grind on. Get in your 20s, get your money up. Get your money up. That's what I say for a 20-year-old. Travel, get your passport, travel the world, see which countries you want to live in. Learn personalities in your 20s. One thing you don't know in your 20s, as a man, you don't know personalities. You know the woman from the hood personality, or you may know the preppy college girls' personalities, but you may not know women in other parts of the world personalities. You may know what Black women can do for you, but you may not know what a Latin woman or a white woman or an Asian woman can do for you in your life. So in your 20s, start to learn personalities. Don't be in a rush to get so serious. Take your time. If you find that person, cool. Y'all settle down, cool. Because we know the window in your 20s and 30s for a woman to have a child is the window starts to close and close and close. So we understand that to have healthy pregnancies.
Yeah.
So we're not saying for you to run around rampant. What I'm saying is if you're a man in your 20s, focus on getting your grind, focus on getting your passport, focus on learning personalities. And then you get to that point where you can say, okay, that's the person that God is leading me to.
Okay. Going to the next comment. Going to the comments.
Okay. U.S. men have a switch that turns on when we're trying to get something done. True. It's probably some older DNA genetic when we were hunters, hunter gatherers. Didn't have time to think about feeling when chasing food. I understand that part, but I didn't understand the or us men, not U.S. men, but us men have a switch that turns on and off when we're trying to get something done. Yeah, I can say that. I can say that because Andre can tell when I'm on business mode, I'm on business mode. Like after this live stream, I got recording I need to do and other things I need to take care of. I got cleaning up I need to do. She's already done the cooking part, so not my time to do the cleaning part. So I've got those things. When I'm on business mode, I'm on business mode. There is no playing around. It's all about focus. So you're absolutely correct. Oh wow, we got a lot of comments here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the stigma here about older dudes that want to date younger women. Yeah, that's true. There's a bad stigma in the United States. If you want to start a family, you may have to get a woman in her mid-20s. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. If you're in your 40s and you don't have a child and you want a child as a man, you might not be able to date a 40-year-old woman. You may have to come down to the early 30s, late 20s, to get that healthy child. Not that you can't have a child in your 40s, but ladies, you know the health complications that come along.
No, I always thinking about the baby. If
Hmm.
you are older and getting a baby and having and start to get pregnant older as a older woman, not just you having complications, the babies too.
True.
So yeah.
That's true. That's a good point, Charles.
Mm.
Personally, I don't want a younger woman because their uh, their music sucks. However, however, I want kids. That's a good one. However, I want
I
kids.
understand that part. Yeah, I know.
I want kids, and a younger woman in her mid 20s is where I have to target. Unfortunately, now you know what? When it comes to music, for the most part, Andre and I are basically the same.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, we're same. Like we do have our own eclectic sounds that we like, but then for the most part, we do have a lot of music that we both enjoy, whether it be certain forms of hip hop, whether it be salsa, whether it be bachata. So it's always sounds that we gel with, and then there's music that we just I like this style over here of this era. You know, her and I, when it comes to hip hop, we kind of like come together in the 90s. We both still like the Biggies and the Tupacs and that whole 90s, early 2000s with Nelly, that Nelly area, the early 2000s and the
Hmm.
Eminem era of the late, the late 2010s and 2011s and so forth. So, but the new music, we listen to some of that here and there, but not as much because it's not what we grew up with as far as
No.
the type of hip hop of the 90s, that golden era.
Okay. Comments.
Like Aaliyah said, AJ nothing but a number. Going down ain't nothing but a thing. That was a song. Aaliyah, who died.
I know. I heard that song. I got that song on my phone.
What? See the things you learn. Okay, Splash God says it's funny when I was in my teen, a girl my age, girls my age dated older. Now that I'm older, those same women want me now, and I date younger. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah. And even though we're talking about men for the most part, ladies, and we're not putting down ladies that are older, we're just talking about our scenario. So it just so happens to be older, younger. You just having a ball.
You need to watch the damn comments.
Okay. There we go. Howard in the building representing. Andrea, Andrea be here. Dude, I'm gonna tell you something now. There is no way in the world I would let anybody hit me. That's not gonna happen. Those shoes right there, she be picking them up from outside that window. First of all, I'm not that dude. You see the face that she making?
Really?
It ain't gonna happen.
So when I slap your ass is not.
Oh, see, there's a difference between spanking on the, you encouraging your man going out there, take on the world. That's one thing. Spanking on the tail, that's one thing. But also violence, no, I don't do violence. I don't allow violence to happen to me. But we're not a violent couple at all, anyway. So that's not our style. But that is a good one, though. No wonder she's laughing. Miles, dudes in their 20s can compete. I was pulling older women in my 20s and was broke. I was doing that too. So broke and dusty with a shit job. Also, so I'm gonna have to bleep that out. And also, some women get ready to laugh. Some women in that range really don't care about loot. Yeah, older women, they're more stable. They have their own money, so it's easy for them to decide, and they have choices. So it's easier for an older woman to sit back and say, if I want to be a younger man or with an older man. It is, that there's a lot of women on the flight right now to DR looking for a young dude in the DR right now that got money.
Obvio.
See? So when I'm gone, You guys already know how your girl gonna do it. She gonna take all that insurance money. Kids older.
What you think about that? What do you think about that? Oh, one of my eyelashes.
What am I thinking about that? What am I talking about that?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's life after, it's life after Andre. You gonna be going. I already told Andrea, I'm not one of them dudes that be like, I'm not looking for somebody to be like Coretta Scott King or Malcolm X's wife or like Martin Luther King's wife, to where she has to hide the fact that after Andre's passed on, she can never find love again. I'm like, girl, you better find. I'm gone. You better find somebody to love. Enjoy life. Enjoy every. Miss me, but go find somebody to love eventually. Now, wait about a good year. Wait a year. Don't be trying to find somebody to love in 2 weeks after I'm gone. Talk about the pastor came over. Felicia's in the building. Hey, Felicia. Talk about the pastor came over after you died, but definitely. Yes, guys, let's get those likes up. Click that like button. We've got about 25 people in the live stream. We appreciate you guys. Facts on the health complications of babies born with older ladies. Absolutely correct. The music does suck. Yeah, these days, the music, they just throw it on the radio. You be like, man, listen, I'm not trying to hear all this. Okay, the cops don't close till 11 p.m. in Nigeria. Yes, absolutely correct. Okay, that's what my dad used to tell me. Okay. Should you pursue
A costeña is a Caribbean girl from the coast. Huacaleña like me from Cali.
That's a good one. I know he's asking me, but your opinion counts too. If you would talk to one of your male friends, one of your boys, and he was like, Andrea, who should I pursue? A Cali girl or a coastal girl? And why?
I don't know what to say. I mean,
you're on the phone with your boy. You're like, girl, I got 2 chicks.
Because I have girlfriends from the Caribbean coast, so I don't know them.
Okay, so which one do you think would be better in general? Just in general, or is it basically the same, or is it what is it?
I think it's the same. The only thing is different is the for me is the culture and the accent.
Okay, and maybe
but depends how that woman is. If she is broke, oh hell no.
Okay.
If she's a professional and really good woman, doesn't matter what city.
Okay,
she's from.
That's a good point.
And so you heard don't go with a girl with a bunch of babies.
Say it again. One more time.
Doesn't matter if she's caleña or costeña, but don't involve with a girl with got a bunch of babies. I mean, I can understand the one baby. Okay, got it. It's so common, but having a bunch of babies, hell no.
No. Andrea and I both have already talked about this. That if she had a bunch of kids, or if I had a bunch of kids,
no,
we would not be together.
I was not. Don't get me wrong, but in that case, I consider myself really smart because when I was young, I was like 17, maybe 18, 19 years old. I was in the middle of my career, and to do in that time when I was dating with him, and he said, "Why would we just have a baby?" And yeah, I was in love and everything. I was like, I want to have a baby with you. And he said, why? I said, because we know that this is going to last forever. I know that. So I'm going to have a baby reminds me of you, and I'm going to be on top of you. Like, where's the child support? And no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. So.
Yeah, I've heard that story before from Andrea. Yeah. I was pulling older women in my 20s. It isn't complicated. I mean, it isn't competing. We're pulling in our older range. Were you pulling women in your own range? Oh, that's between them two. Okay. That's a question. You must be asking a question to someone else. What's the difference between? Oh, well, yeah, women from the coast and women from here, Cali.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think
Okay, I think we
we
done.
hit everything. Yeah, we hit everything, guys. We are glad that you guys made it here. We're going to be starting once again doing our live streams every Sunday. We are probably going to make sure that this is a good time. How you feel about doing the live streams at this time?
Be more later.
Later?
Yeah.
You still like them later?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're going to keep them at 8 o'clock. And we hope that you guys have already subscribed to the channel. Click that like button on your way out. This week, we're going to take this particular video and divide it. So you may see this video throughout the week. We got other videos that showcase where we went to last night. Beautiful, beautiful restaurant Andrea found on Instagram here. And so we're going to showcase that restaurant. You guys are going to really enjoy seeing the footage there. And we got some history of the area, the San Antonio area that is called down here. And I didn't even know stuff that I didn't even know that about the three crosses that they have, the mountain that we climb all the time called the Three Crosses, the history behind that, as well as the history of the church, one of the oldest churches in Cali.
Mm-hmm.
The history about that in regards to how it impacts and influences couples. So all that you're going to be seeing in the videos this week. So we appreciate you guys. And let me go to the last comment that Muhammad has. How do you feel about 4 wives? The wives actually help each other and no jealousy. I've seen that before. How do you feel about 4 wives?
I think it's part of culture. But I don't know. But in that case, I think what culture it was that
like Islamic
Arabian,
culture.
Islamic
Yeah,
culture?
yeah.
The woman should have 2 husbands.
There are countries where women have more
Why
than one
a woman
husband.
can have 2 husbands?
There are.
To me, it's definitely like the guy can have 4 wives, but the woman. What about the woman? She can have 2, 3 husbands. The husband that she wants.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Okay, we got 2 more comments to done with this live stream.
Okay.
Over right
that's a
now. Yeah, next week. They're saying that we're gonna have the biggest protest next week on July 20 because it's the Independence Day in Colombia. So people won't celebrate the Independence Day. Say that we're gonna have another tax reform on July 20. So we won't leave the house that day, of course.
No.
It's too dangerous.
True. Okay. Didn't make it today, Eric. We're gonna do this one in a replay. It's gonna come back around. And polygamy is not for everybody. That's true. I'm not. Even if I was Islamic, it's hard for me to see myself with more than one wife. It's a chore with one. But I know I've got friends that have more than one wife, and each wife does have a position, and they get along better. It's kind of funny. The women get along better than they get along with him. It's like they have this sisterhood, and he'll walk in the room and it gets quiet. They've got a sisterhood. His wives. It's a trick question, Andrea. Don't answer it. It's a trap. It's a trap. Don't answer the question. In some parts of Kenya, some women have more than 2 husbands. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was reading an article a couple months ago when Taylor May talked about it on his channel. So let you guys go. You enjoy the rest of your evening. My name is Andre.
My name is Sandra.
And we are
Love Crossing Borders.
We'll see you guys again next week. Friday, you'll see me again with drink in hand. Hopefully, we can schedule the interview this Friday or next Sunday. We'll see you guys then. A man can't have multiple babies. A woman can't have multiple babies by different. Oh, okay. We're out of here, guys. Have a good one.